This isn't usually the type of movie that I've been in or been invited to do, and it was the one, you know, character in other than Wolverine that I actually thought I could do well, and so I was you know, I was a little scared because there was no script yet, but I was also really excited because of what I'd seen Marvel do with Iron Man and with Robert Downey, who, you know, is a great actor. He's one of my kind of hero actors, and when I saw what he did, which kind of felt like recreated the genre a little bit, I felt like, hey, I could fit into that world. For so long, I think Bruce Banner's been trying to negate his anger, his rage, and because he's trying to negate it all the time, it has to manifest itself in other ways, and eventually it just blows up and explodes, and so there's this very cool thing where he's like, instead of trying not to be angry, he just accepts that he's angry. And maybe it's like a vaccination that way. By taking a little bit of what will kill you, you actually start to develop some immunity to it. And I really think that's been his journey. He doesn't really know it, and he's hoping that when he does turn into the Hulk, he is going to have some control over it, but he doesn't know for sure. And so it's a big gamble. It's a big risk for him because he doesn't want to hurt people. I think they have a really interesting relationship because Tony Stark is who Bruce Banner wishes he could have been in some regard. He's this renegade scientist who used like revolutionary ideas and took huge risks, and because of that, you know, in some way experimented on himself, with himself, and because of that ends up being this, you know, incredibly powerful, you know, well-liked, well-loved superhero. And Bruce Banner, on the other hand, did exactly the same thing, and he's hunted and haunted and on the run and miserable. And so I think that Banner looks at him as like, oh, wow, he's actually made it work. And in some ways, they speak the same language. They're both scientists. And so Tony Stark does a lot to bring Banner to a place of like thinking about using the Hulk as something that's for good, you know, by embracing the Hulk, by actually being part of the team. And there's a really good interconnectedness between the two. It's amazing. He was the first person I called when they offered it to me, and I was like, Robert, you know, there's no script. I mean, I don't know what buddy, it's fine. We're gonna do this. We're gonna kill this. Come on, let's have fun. And you know, I had a great time working with him on Zodiac, and you know, he's really a fun actor to work with. He's so alive. He's so spontaneous and present that you know, I knew in his presence I'd be in really good hands. And he's just a very generous actor. He's just, you know, really looks out for the people that he's working with. And from very early on was watching the script as it developed and like giving his input to help Bruce Banner actually show nicely in the movie. First of all, I hope they just have a great wild ride, which I'm pretty certain they will. And then I hope they want to see the next one. I hope they fall in love with them as a group.